I actually hadn't planned to do a video like this, but someone mentioned this in the comment section of my last video. I was requested to do a video about cosmetic items for the avatar system that aren't in the game that I would like to see added in the future, and I thought that that was a fantastic idea for a video, so here we are. I was originally going to do this list with 50 items, but I want to set a few rules, but I set a few rules for this list, and it makes it pretty hard to get to 50, so we're going to go with 40 items. The rules for this list is that we're not going to include items from characters that I would like to see added to the game. So for example, Shoto Todoroki or Ochako Uraraka won't have any clothing items on this list because ideally I'd like to see the characters added to the game and therefore their clothing would come along with them. So any characters items I mention on this list I think is probably never going to be a playable character, hence why I would want their clothing options instead of a full-fledged character. With the exception of the first two items we're going to go over because they're more generic rather than tied to a specific character. We're going to start off with the Naruto franchise, and we're going to go with the Akatsuki robe and hat. The Akatsuki are incredibly important to the Naruto story, and the fact that we have no Akatsuki representation as far as clothing or actual characters is concerned is pretty surprising. We're going to go over a bunch of different characters' outfits now. I'd like to see Shino's hoodie. I know it's not necessarily a high demand item, but a hoodie would be nice to have into the game just because you can create a couple characters who wear hoodies. Plus, I feel like Shino deserves more respect than he ever gets. So yeah, Shino's hoodie. Neji's outfit would be cool because you can create a bunch of martial arts style characters, but specifically, obviously, you can create Neji with that. The Orochimaru rope belt thing that Sasuke and all of his people had to wear. Put that in the game because why not? I know it's technically an item that Sasuke wears currently, but having it as an additional accessory to the avatar system would be really cool. Let's go over a couple weapons. Kankuro's puppet would be cool. Tamari's fan, Obito's mask, and Zabuza's sword. We're up to 9 items now. I'm going to go with 2 attires as well. I'd like to see Kid Sasuke and Kid Naruto's outfits in the game. As a kid, I always thought Sasuke looked super cool, and having his attire in the game would be nice. Moving on to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise, I want to see a bunch of characters' outfits. Obviously, none of this stuff is, well, some of it I guess could happen, but I doubt any of this is actually going to happen. But it would be really cool to see Joey's outfit, Weevil's, Mai, Pegasus, even a Shuzu, which would add nice female representation. And as just a singular item, as an accessory, well, it wouldn't be an accessory, it'd be a glove. The Duelist glove would be pretty cool. Obviously, that's not from the Battle City arc, which is the version of Kaiba and Yugi we have. But regardless, the Duelist glove is incredibly iconic to the series. From One Piece, I just have one character item because I don't know much about the world, but I do think this would be a cool item, and that's Big Mom's hat. I just think it looks interesting, and it would be a funny thing to be able to equip. I don't think I would use it very frequently. It'd just be kind of nice to have. Dragon Ball. I would like to see Hercule's championship belt, Chatsu's hat, Super Saiyan 3 hair, and Gogeta's attire. We've got 5 different attire pieces from JoJo's, but these are 5 characters that I don't know well at all because I've only seen up to part 3, and these characters are all part 5. It's basically Giorno's whole squad besides Giorno because I'd like Giorno to be playable in the future, so I don't want to add him onto this list, but his entire squad have really awesome visual designs, and being able to equip those onto your avatar or create a character would be really cool. While we are on attires, let's talk about Jotaro's Part 4 jacket, which should absolutely be in the game. It's an amazing design, and it's a shame to see that it's not in the game already. Jonathan and Joseph, I think their outfits could very easily be added to the game, and I doubt they're going to be playable in the future. Even if JoJo's get DLC characters, it would probably be Josuke and Giorno. I know there's love out there for the Hamon users, but Josuke and Giorno would definitely get in before Joseph and Jonathan. And if we did get Joseph, it would be old man Joseph. Anyway, moving on to My Hero Academia. For My Hero Academia, I would go with the UA school uniform and the UA sports uniform as 2 separate entries. It'd also be really cool to see Kirishima's hero costume because we're probably never going to get Kirishima be playable. I could see it happening, but I highly doubt it. And then Denki's attire is also really cool. I'd like to see that. From Death Note, Misa's outfit and just more Death Note representation would be really nice. I've said it before and I'll probably say it again in the future. I think one of the biggest disappointments about Jump Force for me personally was that there was no Death Note character playable. I really thought Light Yagami would make for an amazing playable character, but the developers disagreed, I guess. Black Clover. Vanessa's attire is incredible. It kind of reminds me of 9 from BlazBlue. Being able to use that attire in Jump Force would be nice. There's a couple different characters who wear this in Black Clover, and I don't know enough about them because I haven't finished finished the series yet, or I haven't caught up, but this Vermilion attire is what I'm going to call it. These guys look really, really cool, and I doubt any of them would ever be playable, so that attire would be nice to have. William Vengeance's mask. It's not a particularly exciting item, it's just a nice way to represent Black Clover. And the final 2 items on this list are going to be Mitsuki's attire and Sarada's hair, headband, and glasses. I might do a whole video about Sarada because I'm really conflicted about whether I would actually want her to be playable or not. I know most of you in the audience know that I'm a pretty big Sarada fan, but I'm still very conflicted about that. So perhaps that's a whole video. But there you go. There's my list of 40 avatar items I'd like to see added to the game. Now, if you go through all of this, there's actually quite a bit more than 40 items, because things like Weevil's attire probably wouldn't just be Weevil's attire. It would be Weevil's attire plus his hair plus his glasses. If you math out everything on this list, there's probably like 100 avatar items, but I'm not going to try and inflate that number. Let's just say it's 40 because I mentioned 40 different things. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to keep up to date with content like this. I've got lots of plans in work for next month, so please stay tuned for that. Leave a like on the video. It helps other people find it. My name has been Bilbzy, and I will see you in the next video.